Let the woman be silent in the congregation.
In 1 Corinthians 14:34, there's a phrase that religious people use to belittle women, and it says, "Let the women be silent in the congregations, because they are not permitted to speak, but to be in submission, as the law also says it." It is obvious that the law which established such a perverse deviation such as that was invented to hide the truth about Christ, who is a woman, and the archangel whom God sent to guide his people, the Israelites, which figuratively represent the spiritual Jews. Such wicked men always get upset when they hear ChristLisbet speak, because she has always spoken about the holy order of God, the Father Melchizedek. One of the imminent signs that show that Christ is here on earth, since it is she, Christ herself, who brings to light all the evil that dwells in men, is when you hear the noise made by evil men in power. For example, the expression, "Make America Great Again." That man of sin who proclaims that phrase is evil and the manifestation of the Antichrist of the world, and he could not appear nor be identified as such until Christ was present to identify him and expose his evil. That is why you see him fighting to protect himself at all cost. For this evil man and his followers, making America great again is to go back to the times when women were treated very poorly by men and were not allowed to participate in many things. Women were discriminated against with injustice and had no rights. Subjected to only be housewives, destined to have many children and carry out domestic tasks, without a voice or vote. Today, we are seeing that the men who follow that Antichrist of the world are doing the same thing that many rebels did in the past, which is trying to force the woman to remain silent and not preach in their so-called churches or synagogues, nor allow them to express themselves anywhere about anything. A particular example is that these evil men are against the movement known as Me Too, which emerged when women who were abused by men in positions of power began to speak out about what was done to them. And those evil men, like the cowards that they are, deny all their evil deeds because they think they are above the law and despise being confronted about the abusive behavior they hide. What they want is to make these women look like liars, stating that the women who confront them do so because of an emotional and hormonal imbalance, and that this is why they cannot distinguish what is true from what is a lie. They also have the audacity of accusing the actual women of having provoked what happened to them, be it rape or abuse, trying to intimidate the victims, manipulating people's minds with empty but harsh words and cheap talk so that others believe that the predators are the victims and not them. They don't even take responsibility for the evil deeds they've committed in the past or the present. Their perverse scheming exposes that they are against the holiness of Christ, the wife of God the Father. They presume that if women are pushed aside or ignored and not allowed to speak or give any kind of opinion, it will be easier for man to deny the true Christ, who is a woman, and the one who takes from them their evil reign. These swine are disgusting, as unclean reptiles in the eyes of God the Father and Christ. Jehovah Melchizedek is with you, ChristLisbet, as the powerful giant. Therefore, those who persecute you will stumble and will not prevail. They will be greatly ashamed because they will not prosper. They will be in perpetual confusion that will never be forgotten. Amen.